Hi Taurus, welcome to your June 2019 Astrology 33 reading. We have a Celtic cross spread in front of us, and you guys got some extra cards that came up there. We also have two oracle cards to look at after we get through the main spread, and then a mudra card. And also, before I forget, for those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, following me on Instagram, or donating to the channel, check out the description of the video for more info on that. And also keep an eye out on the channel, because once I'm done with these general readings, I'm going to start posting some bonus readings for all the signs as well. Alright, so let's get to your main spread. In the position of the main situation, we have the Strength card. So this is a major arcana card for Leo. So it's certainly within the realm of possibility that some of you might be dealing with the Leo. But for me, more than anything, I'm getting the vibe that this is more your energy. And so this could be playing out a few different ways. So this could just be maybe, you feeling like someone might be overpowering you somewhat as far as communication. Someone who you just feel like might not let you get a word in edgewise when you're in a conversation. So that could be one way that's playing out. And then this month, this could just be saying that you actually have that strength to deal with that. But the main thing that I'm picking up on with this, with some other decks, this card is actually referred to as the Lust card. So this could be just saying that, there's a passionate feeling, there's passionate feelings that you have, but for whatever reason, you're reluctant to express them. You're like trying to control them, you know what I mean? If we look at the lion as representing that passionate feelings that you have, it could just be saying that you try to control them in some way. Or possibly if there's another person that you feel is being, a little bit overly passionate, you're trying to, cool them off a little bit in some regard this month. And the reason why I'm saying that I feel like that's what's at play in some way, shape, or form is because in the challenge position, we have the Page of Swords. This is a card that represents communication, obviously, but to me, it doesn't usually represent the most confident communication. The way I refer to the pages in this deck is, it's like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy. If we look at their stance, it looks like he doesn't have, too confident of a stance. And then also holding the sword, he doesn't look all that confident with that either, right? And if we look at the sword as communication, and the fact that this is coming up in the challenge position, to me this primarily says that it could be either that you're having, like I said, for some reason you're holding back on passionate feelings that you have as far as communicating those feelings, or maybe trying to, get someone to cool off a little bit in that regard, as maybe you might feel that they're a little bit overwhelming towards you in their expression. So that could be what's at play there. I think it might be more you, for whatever reason, holding back on speaking about your feelings, though, because I don't remember the exact context, but I remember last month the title for your video was Cat Got Your Tongue. So I feel like there was some kind of communication issue going on for you guys last month, too. So really, I'm feeling like that's, this could just be a continuation of that energy. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Three of Swords. So this is actually technically a Libra card, but, Libra is the other sign that's ruled by Venus along with their sign. But to me, especially given the fact that if we look at the page in this position, he's looking right at that Three of Swords card. So to me, this could just be saying that, because of your reluctance to speak about your feelings, it could have led to heartbreak, because you were holding back for whatever reason you had for holding back. It could have just led to heartbreak. Or this could just also be saying that, if someone put you through this feeling, where you feel heartbroken over something someone did to you, the challenge is to speak up about that, to say to them, hey, when you did whatever they may have done, this is how I felt, you know what I mean? So for some reason, I'm just really getting the theme that you guys are not expressing something, whether it's positive, as in you really feel a certain way about someone, but you're just reluctant to express it, or if there was some kind of damage done and you're reluctant to tell them, hey, this really hurt me when you did that. All right, in the past position, we got a bunch of cards that came up. You guys got the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit card, the Nine of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. So the first thing I'll do is cover if this is related to the same thing. Again, if this is related to that same issue, this could just be pointing to the fact that, like I was saying, for some reason you guys could just be reluctant to speak up about the way you feel about someone. So this Ace of Pentacles could just represent, you have the thought of wanting to present to them, just asking them out basically, wanting to present them something solid. And then, this could just say that you've really been in hermit mode, really, really thinking it over for an extended period of time. In the process, you've been giving yourself anxiety, maybe losing sleep over it, right? These swords all representing your thoughts about, this is what could go wrong, let's say, right? Like you could just be really trapped in a negative mindset for whatever reason. And then, but ultimately saying that, this is where you're hoping to go, is to help, you want to build something stable with this person. But again, being trapped in that thought process is the difficulty. If it's something unrelated to that main issue, if this really is strictly about finances, this could just be saying that you might have had an idea about a new way to, maybe get some income for yourself. This could just be saying that, you've really been thinking over, okay, well, I have this idea, right? How do I bring it forward into something that's actually tangible, right? So trying to think over and, maybe just really mulling it over, okay, how can I bring this to fruition? And then maybe with the Three of Pentacles there, that could just say that for some of you, you did actually figure out how to make it happen. So that could be how it's playing out if it's more in a financial sense and not tied into this initial thing that we see there. All right, in the present position, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Page of Wands. So, again, like I said, to cover that split, let's just say for one, it's about this initial issue of you, trying to decide whether to speak up about your feelings or not, right? The Two Pentacles representing to speak or not to speak, right? This could just be saying, well, do I want to just stay in this energy, right? Which is, the Nine of Pentacles is like that independent energy. So, do I want to just stay in my earthly independent energy and act like everything's fine, right? Try to play it cool. Or do I want to, actually take action, right? If we look at the wand energy there, that would represent taking some action toward a person. Could be someone at a distance from me too, given that we have the, environment there. I always think of travel when I see this card. So, that could be what you're on the fence about. You're like, all right, well, so should I just play it cool, act like everything's fine, like I'm not really into this person, or should I finally speak up and say something? Now, if it's more of a financial thing, like we were saying, if in the past this was just related to finances, this could just be you coming to the realization that, yeah, you know what, this is actually something viable. I could actually do something with this, but then you come into the realization that you have to be the one to take action on it. So this could just be saying in the present, you finally decide to do that. You say, okay, now that I've thought it over, I figured out exactly how I want to execute this plan. I thought over, okay, is it going to work out? Is it not going to work out? I feel confident that it will work out and bring me the financial abundance that I'm looking for, but now I just have to actually put it into action. So that could be what's going on there for some of you. And then we have the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck too. So before I forget to mention that, this is actually the court card for Gemini. So, this could just be pointing to you actually dealing with a Gemini, but could also just be pointing to the fact that we have a lot of energy going on in Gemini this month. I think Venus is going to be in your sign for the first 10 days or so of June, but then that's going to move into Gemini. Um, Mercury's going to be there for a little bit, then it moves into Cancer. And, obviously the sun. So, going to be a lot going on in Gemini, a new moon in Gemini. So, could even be pointing to that. Or on the flip side, there's actually Mars is in the sign of Cancer right now, and Cancer is your third house of communication. So, this could just be saying that having Mars in your sign might finally give you that little boost you need to, or Mars in your communication house, or whatever, might finally give you that boost you need to speak up. All right, in the near future position, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is actually a court card that represents Cancer as well. So this could just be saying that, as we move into the time of Cancer, this could be the energy that you're in, so towards the end of June when the sun moves to Cancer. This could just even be pointing to the fact that even so, now you're definitely more into embracing the fact that you do have feelings for someone, but still, what I always point out with the Queen of Cups is this is the one cup card where the cup is actually still closed. So to me, this could still represent that you're reluctant to really open up to someone. Even if you're really realizing, yes, I do feel this way about this person, and you're coming to grips with it, it could just be saying that you're still a little bit guarded about actually letting them know that for whatever reason. But like I said, it could also just be pointing to the energy, which is going to be you already have Mars there. Eventually, Mercury's going to move there pretty early on, so that could help with communications. But yeah, I'm really feeling that for most of you, it's more about the fact that this is just you still, for whatever reason, being a little closed off about your feelings. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Five of Swords. So I definitely view this as a bit of a warning here. The Five of Swords is always that energy of, having ego conflicts, and these arguments or just conversations that you go into them ahead of time knowing that nothing good is going to come out of it, but you still do it anyway. And whenever I do see it with the Three of Swords, this is why I say this is more of a warning. So let's say that you went through this Three of Swords experience, right? Some whatever heartbreak. We do tend to gravitate towards thinking it's a love thing with the heart in the card, but let's say it's any disappointment, a setback in your career, maybe you wanted to move somewhere, maybe someone in your family did something that you disagreed with. Given that, the Strength card does represent Leo, which is your fourth house, so it could have even been something with a family member that you haven't expressed. With that Three of Swords, the card that comes after that is the Four of Swords, which is a person, they're, lying down, and you see the three swords up on the wall, and then there's one beneath them, which represents, usually you think of that as healing. So what I always think of when I see the Three of Swords and then the Five of Swords next is someone who hasn't actually taken the time to heal properly. So, it could just be in denial about something. So, like I said, for those of you, if you aren't expressing to someone that, hey, this is how I felt about XYZ, even if you're totally over that situation or over that person, rather, but you just need to actually express this to whoever caused you to feel this way to get that closure. If you avoid doing that, if we look at this person, he's holding three swords, right? Why would you need to hold three swords? That obviously isn't going to help you in the fight, right? If you're actually going to battle with these people. So there's like no point in him holding those three swords. So to me, that just represents someone who is in denial, like, oh yeah, I'm totally over that. I healed from that, right? Not realizing that they're still carrying those three swords with them. And then the end result is they're going to end up hurting people around them because they haven't actually taken that time to heal. So if that sounds like something that resonates with you, definitely be careful of that because, like I said, you do have Mars in your communication house for all of June, and that can be a positive thing if there's something you do need to speak about. But also, if you're not careful with that energy, that can come out as combative communication. And this month in particular, Mars is actually going to be opposing Saturn and Pluto. It's going to be with the south, with the north node opposing the south node. So it's going to be a heavy month as far as, you got to be careful. It could be a karmic month as far as communication goes. Let's put it that way. In the position of the environment's influence on the situation, we have the Six of Pentacles. So to put it simply, this could just be saying that you're going to get what you give this month. So, that would almost build on that Five of Swords energy, saying that, hey, if you come at someone in a combative way, expect them to respond in kind, and maybe that's what that Knight of Swords is saying there too. That, if that's what you're looking for, that's fine, but be wary that if you're not, that's going to be the end result. But on the much more positive side with this could also be saying that, if you do express to someone, hey, this is how I felt about XYZ, and maybe they were just unaware that that was the impact because you'd been holding it in for so long, right? This could just be saying that that'll help restore balance, you know? And I mean, sometimes that does happen. It's hard to not take things personally when you deal with someone and there's some kind of falling out, but to an extent, it can be that the person doesn't realize the impact of those actions, especially if you act like everything's fine. So, this could just be saying that that's what's at play there. And this is actually a Taurus card, too, for what it's worth. It represents the middle 10 degrees of Taurus. So if you guys have a placement there, this could even just be pointing more to you and maybe saying that, you have the capability to restore balance this month if you want to. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Chariot card and the King of Cups. So, my first thing is to think that these are both hope cards. This is another Cancer card. So, this could just be maybe you having feelings for a Cancer. That's another way that could play out. But to me, I'm thinking more of this saying that you're hoping to control your emotions. And, that could be good or bad, right? Now, King of Cups, this is a court card for Scorpios. And Scorpios, of the water signs, they're definitely the ones who are most in control of their emotions. But, you just have to be careful and make sure it's for healthy reasons versus, like I said, maybe just feeling like, oh, I just want to bottle this up, whatever this is, rather than, speak about it or actually take the time to heal from it, because eventually it's going to keep coming back up. So, you know, that's the way it's playing out, then you might want to watch out for that. All right, and then in the outcome position, you guys got the Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually the court card for Capricorn, technically. But, this could definitely represent you guys as well, since you're ruled by Venus and you're a pentacle, one of the pentacle signs. That could definitely just represent that, yeah, this could be your energy. But, to have this Queen of Pentacles in the outcome is definitely a pretty good sign overall, because to me it represents stability. Can represent financial abundance as well, but definitely contentment overall. So it looks like things definitely have the potential to play out well for you. Just looks like there's definitely something that needs to be ironed out here as far as communication goes. And, this is actually your ninth house as well, Capricorn. So this could also just be maybe saying, maybe that Chariot card that we see in the hopes is maybe you're just hoping to travel to see someone, or just go on vacation. It would be more of a long distance trip most likely with the Chariot. But maybe there's another water sign you want to visit. Maybe, for example, if there was a Scorpio you were dealing with, maybe you want to travel to see them to fix things. That's one way it could play out. But like I said, overall, having the Queen of Pentacles in the outcome is a good thing, especially for you guys being an earth sign. All right, now your oracle cards. The first one you guys got is Exchanging Gifts. There's the actual artwork, and the number is 27, if that has any significance for you. Take a look at that first. All right, it says the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing cost, and determining value. The Oracle's message: you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time to just do, do, do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. So the part that said use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life, that was interesting to me too, because of the Pentacles energies that we were talking about, and then the Six of Pentacles too, like we said, as far as bringing balance. So if the Pentacles are more of a metaphorical thing in this case, then that could be a pretty good message there as well. All right, the relationship message says love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you, too. Love is truly yours today. So, maybe that's saying that maybe for some of you, you're well aware that this is the issue, right? That you're closed off. So maybe that King of Cups in a more positive way is saying that you're hoping to control your emotions as far as you want to be able to open up. But maybe it's just some kind of blockage that you've been having a difficulty with for whatever reason. And if that's the case, like I said, it could be just that maybe there's something from your past that you haven't healed. And like I said, even if you're totally past the idea of ever being with that particular person again, maybe you just need to at least express what happened with them to get that closure, or even just, write it down. I don't know, whatever, just to get it out some way, so you could actually finally put it behind you. All right, the prosperity message says all your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, crafting, and spending your time wisely pays off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. So, for some of you, this could be pointing to, like I said, I did give that second angle where this could be in the past and the present related to finances, and then maybe that's what that Six of Pentacles represents there, which is to say, the work that you've put in, you will see reciprocated toward you, and then that could be what leads to that Queen of Pentacles energy at the end of the month as well. All right, and then next we'll read the messages for the second oracle card you got. This is from the actual the spirit animal oracle deck. You guys got Coyote spirit for this one. It says trust in divine detours. There's the artwork for it, and the number is 16. So just in case that has some significance for you, what stands out to me with the 16 is that's actually the number of the tower as well. So the fact that it says divine detour, maybe you guys could have gone through a tower moment sometime in the recent past or ever, and maybe that's what caused all of this stuff that we're seeing play out now. All right, it says oracle message. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, love, and prosperity that is coming up for you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you are intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twist, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachment to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they're supposed to be. So that's actually a pretty cool message. I think that's the first time I ever pulled that card, but definitely stands out to me there as far as like I was saying, maybe if there's just something that you've had to heal, maybe that's what this situation is meant to keep showing you is that you have to, put that behind you before you could get that stability and that balance that you're seeking. All right, and then the last thing we have is an actual mudra card. So for those of you who have been watching my videos for this year, I've been pulling mudra cards for all the signs. And what a mudra is basically it's a hand gesture that you use while meditating. Usually you want to hold it for at least 5 minutes, up to 30 to 45 minutes. But if you're not used to meditating, 5 minutes will be fine. And their purpose is to help clear blockages. So sometimes it can even be physical blockages, but obviously a lot of times it's more of a mental, emotional block. And the one that you guys got for this month, this is the gesture here. It's called the Kashyapa Mudra. And the keyword for it there is preservation. All right, I'll turn the card around so you guys can see a little more info about it. All right, I'll hold this up for a bit in case you guys want to take a screenshot of it or pause it to read what it has to say. And then there's additional notes too, so I'll move it up so you could see that part as well. But yeah, as far as the benefits, you could see it says grounding and centering, balances masculine and feminine qualities, protects against negative energies and unfriendly or confused spirits, sometimes called orphan spirits. So if that sounds like something you guys think you could benefit from, I'll actually put the name of that mudra in the description of the video as well. But we'll wrap up there, guys. Like I said, keep an eye out for those bonus videos coming out after these generals are all up. And I'll talk to you guys next month. All right, bye.